Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 10th September 2023. My name is T.S.V. Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. Hardan, 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 Haribol, TRSV, Nectar, NECTAR, Nectar. In this particular vlog, in all my previous videos, we have been discussing about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned through the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular video in this vlog is no exception to that rule. In fact, it is a mere continuation of all that we have been doing in all my previous videos. Hence, kindly subscribe to this vlog and press the bell icon so that I may keep reminding you of all my previous and future videos. So from today, in this particular video, let us continue with the topic for today's video. In the past few videos, we have been trying to find a relationship and connection between the three subtle bodies, the Kundalini serpent and Kundalini chakra of the gross body, the three modes of material nature, and the false ego of a human living entity, whether male or female. This particular video will continue with that particular theory. We have already talked in this process about the first three chakras, namely Mooladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, and Manipuraka chakra. The first two chakras formed a part of the first pair of the six chakras in the Kundalini subject or in that arena. Now today we will talk about the second of the second pair of Manipuraka chakra and the Anahata chakra, with the Manipuraka chakra, which was already discussed in yesterday's video, being the first of the two in that second pair. Today we shall talk about the Anahata chakra. Anahata chakra is the second of the second pair. It is activated with a yoga called mantra yoga. It represents the air element in the five elements of a particular human living entity. Anahata chakra represents that air element. It is activated with a yoga called mantra yoga, which, when that particular living entity performs knowingly or unknowingly, deliberately or otherwise, by default or by design, the Kundalini serpent, which was hitherto lying static in the third Manipuraka chakra, again wakes up and begins traveling through the tunnel in the spinal cord of the gross body of that particular human living entity. When it does so, it comes to rest at the Anahata chakra. Anahata chakra and Manipuraka chakra are more cerebrally inclined than the first two chakras of Mooladhara and Swadhisthana. The Manipuraka chakra and the Anahata chakra answer more to the vibrations from the second subtle body of astral body of mind, feelings, and emotions. Thus, vibrations that emanate out of this second subtle body and reach the brain of that particular living entity are usually selected by that brain to be chewed upon or masticated and to extract the juice out of such mastication and percolated down the body of that particular living entity. In other words, this Anahata chakra is more used to the cerebral faculties and creative faculties of a human living entity. Gone are the days when he or she was interested only in the physical aspects of the gross body of that living entity. At that time, he or she was either interested in the build strength, physical strength, V-shaped body, beautiful face, attractiveness, etc. of that particular gross body, or towards the lusty interests of a living entity who thinks that he or she has come into this material world only to enjoy life. This particular Anahata chakra listens to the mind, feelings, and emotions of a particular living entity, and thus the juice extracted out of such vibrations is used by the same Anahata chakra to operate and act according to that juice. So is the case with Manipuraka chakra. The only difference between Manipuraka chakra and the fourth Anahata chakra is that while Manipuraka chakra is more interested in commerce, business, trade, distribution, industry, marketing, etc. This Anahata Chakra is more interested in performing arts, refinement, nature, and the beautiful things of this particular material world which attract a person whose Anahata Chakra is active. There is a particular subtle difference between those who are very creative in nature and those who are in the Anahata Chakra. Anahata Chakra is more used to performing arts, and those who are genuinely creative are more interested in creating that particular art or skill. About them, we will talk in detail in my next video. Now, here we will concentrate only on the performance and performing arts of a person in the Anahata Chakra. You will appreciate, or the viewer will appreciate, that this particular living entity has just come out of the physical side of Kundalini chakras, namely Mooladhara and Swadhisthana. And that is precisely the reason why a living entity who is happy in the Anahata or Manipuraka chakra is more used to the physical side of the cerebral faculties of a living entity. In other words, here the physical and the cerebral faculties of a particular living entity go hand in hand. They are not totally cerebral and they are not totally physical. Performing arts includes dance, acting, and other such arts which make the viewers or the audience happy and are meant to entertain the average viewer who is watching that entertainment. Hence, here also in the Anahata Chakra, the performer is more used to attract the audience as well as it is possible for him or her. And for that, he or she also tries to look as attractive as possible. Now we will take these Anahata Chakra guys. They listen to the vibrations of the astral body of mind, feelings, and emotions. Hence, naturally, they play on the feelings and emotions of the audience while performing. Such people become excellent singers, dancers, actors, etc., who are able to draw the best out of the emotions and feelings of a particular living entity or the viewer in the audience. Such people, just like those in the Manipuraka Manipuraka chakra answer to the passion mode of material nature. As I have mentioned already in my previous videos, there are three modes of material nature. They are goodness, passion, and ignorance. While ignorance is more applicable to the first two chakras, namely Mooladhara and Swadhisthana chakras, the mode of passion is more applicable to the Manipuraka and Anahata chakras. Here, the particular living entity is very much interested in achieving the best out of his or her performing arts, whether it is dance, singing, or acting. However, the quality of such performance differs with the type of vibrations that a particular living entity uses to present his or her talent or skill in singing, acting, and dancing, etc. Such people differ in the choice of vibrations of one or more of the subtle bodies according to the destiny, karma, evolvement, knowledge, experience, maturity, and other such factors, including the false ego of that particular actor and his or her choice of material facilities or comforts or luxuries in this material world. Depending upon the demands of the audience, a particular person who is in the performing arts business tries to change his or her quality of choice of a particular type of art. As for example, among actors, there are several who listen to the mode of passion and the astral body of mind, feelings, and emotions. Such people have a particular quality of performance. They are very good in their talent or skill and give genuine entertainment to the society through their own performances in that art. However, due to circumstances or otherwise, one actor may choose to draw out of the vibrations of the etheric body of senses. In such a case, his or her choice of performance or of acting or dancing depends on the lusty and sensuous type of performance. That is the reason why some actors give raunchy performances. So is the case with dancers, painters, etc. These people perform in such a way that the base desires of the audience is incited, and those people are more attracted to such performing artists. cabaret dancers, room dancers, raunchy actors, lusty actors, and those who act in blue films, etc., who cater to the sensuous side of the audience belong to this category. Those in the category of performers answering to the astral body of mind, feelings, and emotions give genuine performances which cater to the elite of the audience. On the other hand, there are some performers or actors who answer to a bracket of a very small section of the society. Such actors are from theater, art, film, etc. These are guys who, though they belong to the astral body of mind, feelings, and emotions, cater to the vibrations of the causal body of intelligence and logic. Such performers give a totally new meaning to their own performance through their skill and talent. Guys like Nasiruddin Shah, Om Puri, Amrish Puri, Sadhu Meher, Smita Patil, Shabana Azmi, etc. are actors who give classic performances through their own talent. On the same platform, Mr. Govind Nihlani, Mr. Shyam Benegal, Mr. Guru Dutt, and Mr. M.S. Satyu, etc., are those directors who cater to the intelligence and logic of the viewers. So was the case with directors like Ritvik Ghatak, Mrinal Sen, Satyajit Ray, Basu Bhattacharya, Basu Chatterjee, and Bimal Roy. These people gave such classic films that they made a select audience in the public very happy with a new type of genuineness in their movies. Thus, the quality of performance or direction of a particular technician or actor differs on which vibration that director or actor takes or prefers. If he or she prefers to take vibrations from the causal body, they give very high quality theatrical or art film performance. But alas, because of a small bracket of audience, their monetary comforts or earnings are limited in this case. At the same time, if the same actors decide to come down and begin to listen to the vibrations of the astral mind, feelings, and emotions, they give romantic, emotional, action packed performances which cater to the masses. On at the same time, if these people perform raunchily, sensuously, and sexily to arouse the lust of the same mass audience. They reach a level which is more acceptable to the average audience and gives them more money through their performances. It is indeed a, an irony or paradox that the monetary side of a particular business is inversely proportionate to the cerebral classic part of the same particular art or creativity. This one should remember while studying about the Anahata Chakra. At the same time, the false ego of the same performer also plays a very important role in doing what he or she is doing through his or her Anahata Chakra. If his or her false ego prefers to make money out of his or her talent or skill as a dancer or an actor, then that person will cater to the audience accordingly. There have been several cases where blue film artists graduated to become a very good actor who answered to the astral mind of feelings and emotions. On the other hand, there have been cases where those who were in the genuine astral mind category as performers had to rarely come down to this raunchy romantic level because they chose to listen to the vibrations of the senses. At the same time, there have been several instances where people were listening to the causal body of intelligence and logic came down to the astral level or to the raunchy level, or those in the astral level chose to listen to the causal level. The case of Nasiruddin Shah, Shabana Azmi, Smita Patel, Amrish Puri, Sadashiv Umrapurkar, etc. will vouch for such preferences. These people, initially due to default or design, listened only to the vibrations of causal intelligence and logic. But when the monetary side of performance and the hard material world enticed them and forced them to look at what it called as reality, they had to do commercial films and roles only to make money, though personally they were not interested probably in performing in that direction. It does happen that there is but a step from the sublime to the ridiculous. There are many slips between the cup and the lip. A person may be intellectually or cerebrally inclined, but due to circumstances, as mentioned by me before, he or she has to make various compromises to adjust to this hard material world and the film industry. There have been cases where there have been actors like Dinesh Thakur and other such actors who refused to bow down to the demands of the mammon to come down from their own talent and cater to the masses. They remained theatre actors and directors and were happy catering only to a select audience. Though they too had to do some rare performances to earn some money, sooner or later, repeatedly they went back to either theatre or to art films. Such is the case with Mr. Zahir, who is known as the Dilip Kumar of art films. Such things do happen, and this shows the relationship between the three subtle bodies and the Kundalini chakra of the human living entity's gross body. This is all I wanted to talk about in this particular video. Before concluding, let me remind you that I am also a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Kindly give me your own expert opinions, thoughts, views, and ideas regarding this subject so that I may blend everything together for the sake of this society. Before concluding, I would yet again point out to you that the ultimate aim of every human living entity is to get self realized, then aim to get liberated from this repeated cycle of birth and death in this material world, and finally get delivered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We all living entities should aim and focus only on these three steps in our journey towards perfection. Before saying goodbye, I would like to thank you for listening to my video. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.